What is going on, everybody? It is RayD-TCG here at Wednesday Night Locals, and guess what, y'all? We got the win! We went undefeated with one of my new favorite decks, Magnet-Fiendsmith. So as everybody knows, in the last couple of sets, Magnet's got new support, and I gotta tell you, this stuff is way too good. But without any further ado, let me show you why it's good. So we'll start off with the Magnet portion of the deck. So we got our 3 Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum Plus Minus. I know that's a mouthful, but bear with me. This is one of the most broken starters I have ever seen. This foolishes not for cost, not for effect, but it foolishes as a summoning condition. So you send 2 level 4 or lower Magnet Warriors from deck, face-up field, or graveyard to the hand. So it's basically a double circular as a summoning condition. And you special summon it from the hand, and you know, you can trigger certain effects off of one of the Magnet Warriors in particular. I'll get into that later, but this is one of the most broken starters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! History, if you ask me. Nothing even comes close, and it has another effect. It can come up sometimes where you target one other Earth monster on the field. It gains attack equal to half of that monster until the end of the turn. So Lunalite Towers, out of here. Raid Raptor Towers, out of here. This thing can gain so much attack. It can get so big. And guys, this thing is very good, and if it's destroyed on the field, you can add it back to hand as a mandatory effect, so follow up for days. Anyways, let's go to the thing that searches this. Magnet Bonding, of course, searches that monster in question. It can also fusion summon by shuffling rock monsters from the hand, field, or graveyard, or banishment into the deck as material. And another effect that's not used as much, but you can add 1 level 8 Magnet Warrior monster from deck to hand. You know, that's if you play pure magnets. But anyways, yeah, there's not much to say about this card. It's very good. Called Beta the Electromagnet Warrior. Searches a level 4 lower Magnet Warrior from deck to hand. So it can get your plays started. Say if you don't open, you know, the big guy or Magnet Bonding. There's a way you can get to Magnet Bonding, but I'll show you guys that later. But during your opponent's turn, if this is still on the field somehow, you can special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior from your deck. So it can be good for getting follow-up plays if needed. But anyways, next we've got 2 Magnet Warrior Sigma Plus. Now, hear me out, because I know a lot of people play this at 1, but I have an argument for running it at 2. So I was in some pretty tough grind games earlier. Having 2 of these actually saved my behind, because there's a monster in this deck. You have to banish. So first off, there's that. You have to banish 1 of these, and you have to banish Sigma Minus. I'll show you that card later. But anyways, so this fulfills one of the summoning condition. You banish this. You banish this and minus from grave to summon that guy. And having 2 of these not only saved my life for that, because you can summon that guy more than once. You know, use him as link material, then summon him again by banishing this and another one of the minuses. But also, his other effect is if he's sent to the grave by Linear Magnum, the monster I showed you earlier, he can revive back a level 4 lower Magnet Warrior monster from the graveyard, or add it to hand, you know, whichever one you want. But anyways, this is a very good card. I would recommend running it at 2. Some people run it at 1, but, you know, who went undefeated tonight, me or them? 2 of the Epsilon Magnet Warriors. This is also really good. Foolish is a level 4 Magnet Warrior for cost. It becomes that card's name. Then you can special summon a Magnet Warrior or Magnet Warrior monster from the graveyard with a different name than the cards you controlled. So they can't even ask this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ass Blossom has nothing on this card. But yeah, really good for you know, extension or getting your plays started if you need to. But next we've got Sigma Minus. This is the other half of the Tellusion Magna Warrior, which I'll be showing you in just a minute. But this can also this has a couple of effects. It can fusion summon from hand using itself and, you know, any rock monsters from hand or field. So this is really good if you need to search it out with Beta. You can use this to get your plays started, get into the double circular, and, you know, you're off to the races. But it can also foolish a level 8 Magna Warrior from deck to hand, or from deck to grave. And, you know, that gets Tellusion in the grave, and then you have to summon Tellusion from grave, so there's that. That's how it all fits in together. But before we get to Tellusion, we have Magnet Warrior Omega Plus. This card is one of the cards you can foolish off Epsilon, get that in the grave, and then you can use its effect to pop the Conduction Warrior, summon this, add back the Conduction Warrior for follow-up, and then, again, You know, you can use this as a level 4 for Gallant Granite or Exiton Knight. Get into those later, of course. But and then if you use it as Xyz material, you actually don't have to banish it after you summon it, because it's only if it leaves the field that it gets banished. If it gets detached as Xyz material, then, you know, it can stay on the field. But anyways, then we have Telusion the Magna Warrior. You just simply banish Sigma minus and Sigma plus, summon this guy, and it is none of its effects are hard once per turn. Some of them aren't even once per turn. So you can once per turn, soft once per turn. If your opponent activates a card or effect, target a monster on the field or that your opponent controls, destroy it. Or if you targeted an Earth monster, you can snatch steal it. And it also has a non-once per turn effect during your opponent's turn. You can tribute this card, special summon 2 of the Magnet Warrior Sigma monsters, and you can just keep bringing those back, keep bringing this guy back on subsequent turns. Yeah, he's just a really good monster, and he's really good discard fodder if you need him to be. So drawing him is not always a bad thing, and I have plenty of ways to discard. So, and then last of the rock part, Emancipator Researcher. One of our search targets off of Gallant Granite. It's a one of. If we draw it, it's not the end of the world, because it can also get our plays started potentially. A little bit of a high risk, high reward play, but she can really do a lot. It's a free special summon if you control a rock. What more do I need to say to all you Emancipator fans out there? Next, we have our Fiendsmith package. I mean, what more do I need to say? You got your 1 tracked. I would be playing like 2, maybe even 3, but I currently only have 1 tracked, so you know, we're rolling with it. That plus I got 3 extra copies right here in Engraver. And then of course you got Lacrima the Crimson Tears, a one of, not the worst one of in the world. You know, it can be a good normal summon in a pinch. Fabled Lurie, and then of course the best Fiendsmith card ever, Santa Claus. Don't pay attention to its name. It's actually a Fiendsmith card. See, it's a light fiend. And it gets rid of Liger Dancer, so, and it's searchable off a track, so you gotta play it. Anyways, last but not least in this deck, we got the non-engine. We got Called By, Triple Tack. Need I say any more about these one-of staples? We play 1 Nibiru. It is searchable, so I only play 1 of. I could play 2, maybe even 3, but Nibiru's not great this format, but it is nice to have. Plus, it's a rock deck. Why would I not play Nibiru? We've got 2 Fuwalos, would play 3, but there's currently Fuwaloses occupied in my other decks, so playing with 2 right now. I see it a decent amount, not too much to be annoying, like, you know, you don't love to see these going first, but this can be, if you need another level 4 on the field for Exiton or Gallant Granite, it can be good to have. But anyways, so I got a couple of breakers here, Forbidden Droplets, Super Poly. I could play 3 Super Poly or even 3 Droplet, but again, kind of, you know, still kind of trying to get the ratios correct here. But Super Poly and Droplet is just a crazy combination. But also some special additions. We have our 3 Imperms and our 3 Dominus Purge. So of course this is an Earth and Light deck, so we play around the Purge lock, and Purge is just a very good card. Especially if you activate Imperm first, you get a trap in the grave, you purge, and then you get to destroy whatever you negated. And yeah, so like this, I mean, Purge is just really good. What more do I need to say? I don't think this needs any explanation. Everybody knows what the Fiendsmith cards do. But I want to touch on this card because this is what took the place of Moon of the Closed Sky after it got banned. And personally, I think this is a way more fair bridge into Fiendsmith because you kind of have to play level 4s for it to work. But this also came up as a board breaker tonight. So not only is it a bridge to Fiendsmith, but during your turn, say if I'm going second and I need to wipe cards off my opponent's field, Exiton Knight is the card to do it. So once per chain during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, if your opponent controls more cards, which most of the time they will, you can detach the material and just destroy all other cards on the field. Your opponent doesn't take any damage for the rest of the turn, but honestly, at this point, if they don't have a lot in hand, then you can just kind of kill them on the crackback. Yeah, this is just a really good card, not just for bridging, but if you really need to break your opponent's board, this is the card, ladies and gentlemen. And we have our Earth and Rock support. So we've got Gallant Granite, adds a rock from deck to hand. Don't pay attention to the other effect because nobody ever uses that. We've got Naturia Beast. You Foolish 2 from the top of your deck to grave for cost. Negate any spell not once per turn. yeah, this card's pretty darn good. And then we've got Conduction Warrior Plasma Magnum. This is a really good card. It searches a Magnet normal quick play or field spell, but nobody's playing the normal or field spells. I mean, I'm not. Some people do, but again, who went undefeated tonight? Me or you? But anyways, it's got a couple other great effects other than adding magnet bonding. It makes all monsters on the field become Earth, and also you can send one level 8 Magnet Warrior from deck to grave for cost. This deck does a lot of sending for cost, if you haven't noticed. And you can do an extra normal summon of a level 4 lower Magnet Warrior. That has come up sometimes. And also, there have been times where this has been negated, but I can still send the Magnet Warrior for cost if I need it in grave. And you know, even though I don't get to do the normal summon, I still get the Magnet Warrior in grave, so that's good. But one thing I will say, this Floodgate effect is actually a lot better than people think. So, say my opponent activates Dominus Impulse. They activate Impulse from their hand, I'm going first. They cannot activate Earth, Light, or Wind monster effects for the rest of the duel, on the field anyway. Well, actually, anywhere. So, say this, I managed to get this on the field. They try to activate something that's an Earth type, because this makes everything Earth. Then they're kind of SOL. That's just the best way I can put it. But at any rate, let's move on to the last couple sections of our extra deck. These are the 3 main Super Poly targets. Now, you might be wondering, well, Ray, why isn't Mud Dragon in here? Well, I'll get to that in a little bit. It is part of the profile, but it's not in the main extra deck. But we've got Garura, 2 monsters with same type attribute, but different names. And if I get into the grave, it lets me draw a card, so I kind of get my value off of it pretty well. Secretarian Dragon. This came up a lot tonight, because the new Albaz support and you know, even against Draco Tail, even though it kind of sucks now, Secretarian Dragon is such a good Super Poly target against those decks. It is just very, very good. And Flux Oschenfeld can technically be a Super Poly target if you're either in the mirror match, or if you've got Conduction Warrior Plasma Magnum on the field turning everything into Earth. Then this can be your Super Poly target if you need it to be. But yeah, these cards are really good. This can also quick effect bounce a Earth monster I control and a card my opponent controls, and it can also summon a rock monster from grave, so good extension if I need it. Yeah, this is just a really good Super Poly target. And for the last, I mean, do I need to explain these? This came up a lot tonight. This card, Underworld, saved my ass, like, quite a number of times. I had to get rid of the branded towers quite a few times. This was my answer if I didn't have Santa Claus, or a way to, like, beat over it. I can't remember the name of it, but anyways, yeah, this card came in clutch tonight. It also negates summons from the graveyard. What more do I need to say? Everybody knows about IP and SP. We have the sideboard. We've got an Aturia Barkion in case we go against decks like Odeon that, you know, people like Guy play. No hate though. Odeon's a great deck. Anyways, we also have Mud Dragon. This is in our sideboard in case we need it. You know, in case we go against decks that have same attributes but different types. You know, and I only have this in the sideboard due to confined extra deck space. But if I need to side something out, I mean, this is really good. It can be a really good Super Poly target for going second. Yeah. Nothing more I need to say about that. We got 2 Droll. Everybody hates Droll. We have 3 evenly matched. This card came up quite a bit tonight. I mean, it's just such a good board breaker. A lot of people can't come back from having stuff banished face down. Or, like, you know, you can, like, go ahead and bait out any effects that they have. You know, they've got to go ahead and shoot off whatever. And, yeah, this is a really strong card. 2 triple tactics thrust. We've got the targets for thrust, Feather Duster and DDG. This is mainly this for, you know, going first. This card is so good against a lot of decks. What more do I need to say? And we have Solemn Judgment, Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon, also can be a good thrust target. And I do have one other one in the sideboard, but I was borrowing it tonight and I had to give it back. It's Kawakimiru Guardian. Kawakimiru Guardian, and it's just a level 4 monster negate. I sided in going first. Pretty good card. It also can help insulate me from Nibiru if I need to. But yeah, camera back up here. But yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. Shout outs I want to make. Shout out to Thomas, who is cheering me on at the final match. Shout out to Guy, who's the cameraman. Shout out to David for hosting locals tonight, and just shout out to all my opponents. All my opponents played well. I mean, the matches just went all the way to time, and this deck can grind, ladies and gentlemen, against because most of my opponents tonight were playing the new branded stuff, and this deck can go toe to toe with the meta. Like, it is I absolutely love this deck. It's a good combo deck. It can play around. It can surprisingly play around the Mulch armies. You can at least play around Fuwalos a bit, because you set up Nat Beast like I did against my opponent tonight, and they just, most of their hand was spells, and I mean, I was kind of just able to beat them thanks to Nat Beast. I mean, I gave them a few draws, but I mean, when you draw like most of your cards as spells, I mean, what are you gonna do against Nat Beast? But anyways, thank you guys so much. We went undefeated tonight. I'm so happy about that. It's my first undefeated in a long time. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Pass turn.